I think it's a great idea for the BVHG to hold meetings like this because it just disseminates the information to a wider audience and gets interested parties more involved. I do recommend the BVHG meetings to colleagues because I've found them very useful, and although you can't always make every one that there is over the year, you can usually make one or two.
I think this morning has been very interesting seeing the diversity of the disease process in hepatitis B. This is a virus which has pretty much remained in the corner of the room but is now, I think, going to become more and more important, and it's one which we're only really getting on top of the treatment as of now. I think the afternoon session has been particularly interesting, emphasising the long-term problems of people who have persistent hepatitis E. This is a really very trivial virus infection in most people, but in the immunosuppressed it does have currency in terms of causing chronic liver disease, and that's interesting and how we treat that. I think these meetings are very important, and it's a vehicle which allows people of diverse interests, myself being a virologist, so one or two virologists in the audience, getting together with our hepatological colleagues, and I hope our hepatological colleagues enjoy our presence. So it's a useful talking shop, but it also gives one a quick way of getting updates on fast-moving fields.
So key points for me have been how different individuals who presented today have interpreted some of the really complex issues we see in clinic, trying to interpret who does and doesn't need treatments and how we can use current techniques, current statistics and more modern, more recently sort of proposed laboratory techniques to determine who does and doesn't need treatment.
We've got some really eminent people here, okay, who really know this stuff, and they've got some great data. Okay, I think a lot of the talks, there's perhaps a little bit too much data in a short space of time, and when you have that situation, you get a little bit of information overload. So you could actually probably tease it out a little bit more. But overall, fantastic.
What are the key issues for the future of hepatitis E? I think one of them is understanding the extrahepatic manifestations of this virus. We know it causes a range of neurological injury. Quite what the scope of that is, we don't know. There may be other things that this virus causes that we still don't really know about. I think that's most interesting for me.
I would definitely recommend BVHG group meetings to colleagues as they're a really good format for sharing different people's experiences on current data and current publications and updated guidelines. I think this is a really important venue for people to get together because particularly in an area like hepatitis B, actually a lot of it is down to the nuances and sharing ideas and getting different viewpoints, and the feedbacks across it really sort of firm up how you manage individual cases back in clinic.
How would I rate the meeting? Fantastic.